Okay. Please don't unmute yourself. At the same time, don't touch the screen when the class is when the class is moving on. So that is going to be a big problem for us. Okay. Fine. I know you all are very brilliant children, so you are not going to do that. Okay. Let's continue with the class. Let me share the material to you all right now. Ma'am, could you just please let me share my screen, ma'am? Thank you, ma'am. I hope the screen sharing is visible to you all, dear children. Okay, thank you. Okay, fine. So, are you clear with the content, dear children? The lesson, little Nino and the secret beard. Is there any doubt with the lesson? If at all there is any doubts, please post a chat message so that the clarification will be given then and there itself. Don't worry, don't feel nervous, don't feel a panic-stricken state. Okay, okay. By today, I think your materials will be posted. The short answers and the paragraph will be posted. Please start learning that. So very soon you will be given the homeworks also. Okay, no doubts. That's a thankful message for me. Okay. Few antonyms, synonyms will be added. Okay, I haven't added that yet. So I'll add some antonyms and synonyms. And literally we'll look into the glossary part which is given below. So that's very important, my dear children. You'll have to know the meaning of altimeter. So what is altimeter? Altimeter is an instrument which is used to measure the height of an aircraft above sea level. From ground level, the measurement will be taken. Okay, at what height the aeroplane or the aircraft is flying. So that is known as altimeter. Okay, what is gawk? Gawk means what? Stare fixedly, which means looking at some object without your eyeballs moving. Okay, so that is known as stared fix. Okay, I think you can move the screen by yourself, Harish. You can move it to your right side, I guess. Just try it. If you can't move it, you can. I hope you could do it. Okay, okay, okay. So that's blocked for you. Okay. Loomed. What is loomed? Appear as a threat. So an incoming danger is known as loomed. So you'll have to be very careful with the meaning. The way you're understanding the meaning, at the same time, you'll have to understand the opposite words also. So, okay, you'll have to be very careful, my dear children. I hope you are clear with these three words. Are you able to understand the meaning of these words? Altimeter, gawk, and loom. Okay, Rimsha says yes. Thank you, Rimsha. Thank you, Kasturi Mahadevan and Harsha. Okay, let's move to the next page and we'll look into. So here we don't have any words from the glossary part. So these three words were there, and few more will be added. It will be posted to y'all, so y'all can make use of it. It's not necessary that the vocabulary which we are going to give is going to come there. So each and every word you'll have to refer with the dictionary. You'll have to know the meaning. That's how your language is going to develop. Okay. So definitely you will be getting the synonyms and antonyms. But apart from that, you'll have to be ready to answer whichever word has been given to y'all as synonyms as well as antonyms. Will you all do it, dear children? Okay. I hope you all will do it. Yes. So the short answers, paragraphs will be shared to y'all. Let's move on to the vocabulary part. Okay, first one is going to be your idiom. So I have already told you all what is an idiom. Idiom might sound to be the same word, but they give a different meaning. Okay, so they are used to what? To make the language very polished. Okay, so few idioms are given here. I hope we have done few idioms, right? Have we done this in hot water? Pour cold water over something, water under the bridge, fish out of water, doesn't hold water, water off a back, duck's back. So these things. We have known the meanings. Of course, we have done the meanings. Now there is a small activity. We are going to do it together. So it's not going to be okay. A we have done. Thank you, Salvia. So we are going to do the B part. What we are going to do, see, complete these actions with the idioms in A. So what we are supposed to do, we are going to use the A parts idioms. What are the idioms? In hot water, pour cold water over something, water under the bridge, fish out of water, doesn't hold water, water of a duck's back. So of course, I hope you all know the meaning of all these words, right? In hot water, what is the meaning of in hot water? Being in a deep trouble. Pour cold water over something means what? Discourage or talking negative about something. Water under the bridge means events which would have been very important in the past, but now it is no longer an important point. So that is water under the bridge. Fish out of water, being in an awkward position. Okay, being in an awkward position, in an unsuitable situation. Doesn't hold water, which means what? It is not correct or true. Water of a duck's back, no matter whatever punishment is given to you, you will be keep on continuing doing the same thing. So that's what which is called as a hurtful remark or incident that has no effect on a person. So based on these idioms which are given on top, we are going to complete the fill in the blanks below. Okay. So are you all ready to answer? Challenge accepted or not? Of course, you are very brilliant. So definitely any challenge will be accepted by you all. Okay. When Reena joined the new school, everything was so unfamiliar that she felt like a dash. What is the suitable fill in the blanks? Fill it with the idiom. Very good, Salvia. Don't put it as a message to everyone. Ma. Put it as a post it as a direct message to me, so that the others will not have a look at it. So let others also do it. Okay. Very good. Very good. Salvia has answered it. Others, what's the answer? See, Reena has joined a new school. What is going to happen? She's going to be in a situation, an unstable situation, right? So that is fish out of water is the correct answer, dear children. Okay, fish out of water. You can write it there in your notebook. Okay, very good. Afshin, Harish, John Emil, Salvia, and Caleb, Sanjana also, Harsha. Very good. Okay. So first one is fish out of water. So you all would have written it. Okay, very good. Giorna, Pugalendi, Kasturi Mahadevan. Very good. That's how your understanding will go ahead. Okay. Manu is dash again. It's the third time this week that she is being sent to the principal's office. Now there is going to be some big problem. Very good, Trinity. Trinity has answered it, and plenty of answers are streaming in. What's your right answer? Right answers have been posted by plenty. Navina has posted the right answer for the first one. Pugalendi, Kasturi Mahadevan. Okay, y'all have done it. Trinity has given the correct answer. Trinity and Salvia Angelin, Fazil Ahmed. Yes. In hot water is the correct answer, dear children. It's John Emil, it's not duck's back. So it's in hot water. Okay, in hot water means what? Deep trouble. So that's the answer. John Emil, you have to correct your answer, ma. Harsha, it's not water on a duck's back. It is hot water. Okay. Manu is in hot water again, which means in deep trouble again. It's the third time this week. I understand. You'll think, okay, this is the third time. So water of a duck's back might suit it. But literally, at this particular position, water of a duck's back will not come, dear children. So the correct answer is in hot water. Okay. Are you able to understand, dear children? Able to understand? Plenty of answers are streaming in. Please don't go for the next one until I say, dear children. So literally, I will get confused a bit. Okay. Next one. Shalu and Diksha argued a lot last term, but that's all dash. And they are good friends now. Past happening. Past happening. In the past, it would have been considered as a very important matter, but now everything is gone, which means what? Water under the bridge is the correct answer, dear. Okay? Water under the bridge. Shalu and Diksha argued a lot last term, but that's all water under bridge, and they are good friends now. So that's how it comes. It's not pour cold water. Okay? Fine. I hope you all would have done it. You all would have understood it. If at all any doubts, please do post. We will give you all the explanation. Okay. Hari insulted Abir, but none of it affected him. It was like dash. Yeah, Harsha, you have nailed it. Very good. Varnika, Gianna, Afshin, Karthikeyan, Shailesh, Rimsha, Diyashri, every one of you all have given the right answer. John Amal has given the right answer. Of course. See, Hari insulted Abir, but none of it affected him. Though he is insulted, but he doesn't even care about it. What's the apt answer here? Water of a duck's back is the correct answer. Water of a duck's back. It's not pour cold water, okay? Hari insulted Abir, but none of it affected him. It was like water of a duck's back. The fourth one answer is water of a duck's back. Okay, coming to question number 5. Sheila said the administration explained the new policy to us. Unfortunately, it dashed with us. Yes, very good, Salvia. Trinity, it's not pouring cold water there. Kasturi Mahadevan has given the right answer. Doesn't hold water is the correct answer, dear children. It is not important with us. Or it is not true. Okay. Sheila said the administration explained the new policy to us. Unfortunately, it doesn't hold water with us. Okay, the last one. Varun is excited about his new project. He will not let anyone dash on the idea. What? He will not anyone dash on the idea. Very good, Salvia. Plenty of you all have misunderstood it. Think very well. You have to match the correct idiom along with the sentence. Understand the meaning and you can do it very easily. The right answer is pour cold water, dear children. Pour cold water is the correct answer. Okay. Varun is excited about his new project. He will not let anyone pour cold water on the idea. So that's how it comes. So let's recollect what we have seen. When first one, when Reena joined the new school, just check whether your answer is correct. Otherwise, you can write it. I hope every one of you all are having your notebooks and your pen along with you all. When Reena joined the new school, everything was so unfamiliar that she felt like a fish out of water is the first one. Second one, Manu is in hot water again. It is the third time this week that she's been sent to the principal's office. Hot water. You all needn't type, my dear children, because typing for the second time will make you all tired. Okay, third one. Shalu and Diksha argued a lot last term, but that's all water under the bridge. Water under the bridge, and they are good friends now. Okay. Fourth one, Hari insulted Abir, but none of it affected him. It was like water of a duck's back. Water of a duck's back. Fifth one, Sheila said the administration explained the new policy to us. Unfortunately, it doesn't hold water. Which one, Harihara Sudan? Which answer you need? You need me to tell once again. Okay, the last one. Varun is excited about his new project. He will not let anyone pour cold water on the idea. Second one, Harihara Sudan. Second one, the answer is Manu is in hot water. In hot water. Okay. Are you able to understand, Ma? In hot water is the answer of second one. Any other answers you need, Harihara Sudan? Number 5 is going to be Sheila said the administration explained the new policy to us. Unfortunately, it doesn't hold water. Fifth one is doesn't hold water. Sixth one, Varun is excited about his new project. He will not let anyone pour cold water. Okay, pour cold water. Is that clear, dear children? If it is clear, we'll move on to the next one. Am I audible to all, dear children? Okay. I think you all are clear with it. Okay. Because somebody asked me, my voice got struck. Yes, to a certain extent. Harihara Sudan, number 1 is going to be fish out of water. Number 1 is fish out of water. Let me tell once again clearly. Fish out of water. Number 2 is in hot water. Number 3 is water under the bridge. Number 4 is water of a duck's back. Number 5 is doesn't hold water. And number 6 is pour cold water. I hope that's clear for y'all. Okay, plenty of messages have come. Harihara Sudan, have you completed, ma? Okay, John Amal, very good, my dear children. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. Now this is very important, my dear children. Agreement between subject and verb. So we call it as concord or concord, subject verb agreement, whichever we call it. So what sort of verbs will be used in which place? So that is the right explanation which is going to be given now. See, for example, when I say singular form of subject will have plural form of verb. Say, for example, when I am telling a name, say, for example, Raja. Will we say Raja play cricket or Raja plays cricket? Na? Raja play cricket or Raja plays cricket? Which is the right answer? Okay, plays is the correct answer as said by Arjun. Okay. Yes, Harsha, the second one, plays. Apostrophe will not come for Hindi. Without apostrophe, you have to write it. So always a singular form of subject will take the plural form of verbs. So where to use which right verb? That is the only thing which we are going to see. Read the sentence which is given on top, dear children. Grandfather washes only once a day. Now see the subject, the noun grandfather is singular. So what we are using, the verb will be in plural form, washes. Okay. But look at the second sentence. Nino and his grandfather believe that saving water is important. So here we have two subjects, yes or no? One is Nino, another one is grandfather. So we have two subjects. So it becomes plural, right? When plural form of subject is used, we use singular form of verb. So we can't write believes there. We have to write believe there. Okay. Like that, we have certain rules to be seen. See the rule number 1. When the subject of a sentence is composed of 2 or more nouns, when 2 or more nouns are used, the plural verb will be, we use plural verb. Okay. See here, grandfather and Nino talk about the water crisis. So we have two subjects, grandfather, Nino. At the same time, Maya, Meera. There are two subjects. So we use love instead of loves. Okay, that's one for you. Another one, when a phrase comes between the subject and the verb or helping verb agrees with the subject and not with the noun or the pronoun in the phrase. Okay, now see, example, I'll tell you how this goes on. Nino, along with his grandfather and his parents, was talking on the Rajdhani train. So, was talking. Why are we using was here? We have three subjects, three nouns, right? Nino is one, grandfather is another one, and parents. So, there are three nouns. But why the hell we have used singular was instead of using plural where? Why have we used was here? Because only Nino has been specified here. Nino is given the main character. Okay. All the other things becomes a phrase. Along with grandfather and his parents becomes a phrase. So we have to neglect the phrase and we have to take only the subject as a singular verb, singular noun. So we have to use was only there. Is that understood, dear children? Nino, we are only targeting on Nino. So we are going to use was here. Nino, along with his grandfather and his parents, was traveling on the Rajdhani train. Next one, see, grandfather as well as Nino. This as well as Nino shouldn't be taken into account at all. So once again, we are going to use was only in that particular place. Similarly, the third one, Rani, unlike a twin. So twin is also a subject. We are going to neglect it because it is a phrase. So we are going to use reads only in that particular place. Is that understood, dear children? The second form, the second rule. You have to neglect the phrase. You have to only concentrate on the subject. Okay. Right. What are the third one? Two singular nouns along with together. When you use either or neither nor, definitely the second subject will be taken into account. Say, for example, either Nino's grandfather or his parents. What is the second subject here? First subject comes along with either, and the second subject comes along with or. Okay. One is Nino's grandfather, the first subject. It is singular. Or his parents. Parents is singular or plural, my dear children? Is parents singular or plural? Parents. Is it singular, John Emil? Parents means mother and father, no? Is it singular or plural? Yes, very good, my dear children. It's plural. So when either or neither nor comes, we have to take the second form of the noun. If it is plural, we are going to use the plural form. See, where is used there. See, either Nino's grandfather or his parents were always trying their best to answer his question. Look at the next one. Neither money nor her best friend. Both are singular, right? We have to take the second noun. Second noun is best friend. So we are going to use it. Best friend is only one person. It is singular, right? So we are going to use enjoys there. Okay. Neither Minnie nor her best friend enjoys going to the zoo. So that's how it comes. The dog or the puppies. Now puppies is taken into account because that is the second noun or second subject. So we use puppies is plural, right? Puppy is singular and puppies is plural. So we use chase there instead of chases. Okay. So these three things you'll have to be very careful, my dear children. Okay, the next one. Collective nouns. Collective nouns will come as singular only. Say, for example, army. When I say the Indian army is the best, we don't say Indian army are the best because it's a collective noun. Collective noun like family, staff. Staff itself is plural. Sometimes we might forgottenly write it as staffs, STAFFS, but that is wrong. Staff itself is plural. A team, etc. Everything will take only singular form of verb. Say, for example, when I say Nino's family consists of his grandfather, his mother, his father, and Nino. There are four of them, but altogether they are taken as a collective noun. So that is used as singular. See, Nino's family travels by train to Delhi. So that's how it comes. Are you able to understand, dear children? The team celebrates after the match. Team is taken as a singular because it is a collective noun. Okay, is that understood? Any doubts here, dear children? All right, the next one. There are a few subjects, right? Mathematics, civics, economics, everything might be considered as plural, but literally they are singular. Okay. So mathematics is Nino's favorite subject. Mathematics is not plural. Since S is coming there, you might think it is plural, but it's literally not plural. Mathematics, civics, economics, all these sort of subjects will take only singular verbs. Look at the next one. Words like scissors, jeans, trousers, socks, everything are two. Yes or no? A pair of scissors only we say. We have two knife in a scissor. In a jean, we have two legs. In a trousers means a pant. In a pant also we have two legs. In a pair of socks, we have what? Two socks, right? All these things are taken as plural. Okay, they come only with plural verbs. See, my jeans need mending. We will not say needs because it has to be taken as plural. Okay, the scissors are in the cupboard. We can't say, sir, I have only one scissor, sir. So singular will come. So why can't we use is there? Literally not, my dear children, because it has two knife edge. So it has to be considered as plural, dear children. See, my socks are wet. You should not say my socks is still wet. Okay, my socks are wet because there are two socks. Socks means a pair of socks. Whenever a pair is used there, we have to do it accordingly. Okay, so this is how it goes on. And look at the auxiliary verbs. These are very important, dear children, which is given far below. Auxiliary verbs are the helping verbs. What we are going to use? B forms of verbs are there. What are the B forms of verbs? Am, are, is, and was, and were. Okay, so these are known as the B form verbs. Whenever B is given in the bracket, we are going to use either one of these. Okay, singular. If we use I there, we are going to use am along with it. If it is plural, we use we. Okay, it is in present tense means we are going to use we are Indians. Okay, we are Orchadians. So that's how it will come. He is talking. She is playing. For all the singulars, we use is. In the past form, we use was. He was playing in the ground. He was learning English at his house. For the plural form, we use were. They were playing cricket in the ground. They were listening to the English class for past tense. So this is B forms for you. So what is do forms? Do, does, and did. Okay. Did is for past tense. Do and does comes in singular. Now one question may arise. Where should I use do and where should I use does, sir? For all the plural forms, we use do, my dear children. Say, for example, all the children do their homework. We don't say does their homework. Say, for example, if I'm taking only one person, say, for example, the name is Raja. Raja does his homework. When it comes in singular, we use does. When it comes in plural, we use do. And then comes the have form of verbs. Same thing only now. Has, had, and have. Now, have and has will be taken as singular and have will be used along with plural. So that's how it comes. Okay. Next is 4 simple rules which are given here. Okay. Indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronoun means we don't know who is going to be there, how many of them are going to be there. Like that, if you have some indefinite pronoun, you are going to use plural form of verbs. Okay. Nobody, everything will take a singular verb. See here, nobody wants to admit the reusable items are being wasted. So nobody, when you say nobody, it has to be taken as singular. So as well as your verb is going to be in plural form. So nobody wants to admit, like that same thing. Everyone needs to take adequate steps to conserve water. Next one, someone gives food to the pigeons every day. So that's how it goes. And if you take uncountable nouns like luggage, baggage, furniture, so they seem to be taken as singular only. Because in a luggage, we have plenty of clothes, apparels, deo, body spray, etc. So everything has to be taken as singular. Here, the furniture was delivered last evening when it comes in past tense. When it comes in present tense, we use my luggage is missing. So that's how it goes on, dear children. We have to continue. It's a long way down to be understood. Is there any doubts until this, my dear children? So far, any doubts? Thank you very much, my dear children.